welcome. It's Nikki of Nikki's Homemade Crafts, and today we're going to do part 2 of the Multi-Stitch Mystery Crochet Along, and you're going to learn a new stitch for this part, and I'm really excited for this one. It's called the Jasmine stitch. In part 1, you learned how to crochet the puff stitch in rounds. Well, this time you're going to use the puff stitch a little bit differently to crochet the jasmine stitch. Yes, it's going to be a yarn eater, but it's so beautiful that I believe 100% it is worth it. I know you can do this. I'm even going to teach you how to do some decreases with that stitch. For this mystery crochet along, I'm using these 2 different types of yarns. They're both from We Crochet. One of them is called Brava Tweet. The other one is called Heatherly. I'm using this pink yarn. It's called Juicy Box. And this one is called Poinsettia. I'm also using a 4mm crochet hook. For part 2, you're going to pick one of these 2 colors to crochet the same piece twice. So pick one, it doesn't matter which one. I actually picked this pink yarn here, which is Juicy Box, in order to crochet the jasmine stitch because it really popped with this stitch. So if you want to do the same, that's totally fine. I'm going to use this one also for the tutorial. Remember, the written instructions for this tutorial is down below, so there will be a link down below. You will click on that. It's going to take you over to our website, and it will have ads with the written instructions. So keep that in mind. It's not printable, but if you prefer a printer-friendly version, come join the Crochet Club. You can join as a trial member to test out the membership. You will get access only to this pattern for 7 days, and you also get access to the really fun community, meaning the private Facebook group. But if you join us a monthly, quarterly, annual member immediately, 80% are annual member, by the way, then you'll get access to over 500 ad-free patterns, weekly live tutorials teaching exactly what you want to be taught, and also Zoom chats twice a month. Oh my gosh, we have a blast. Anyways, let's get into the jasmine stitch for part 2 of the Multi-Stitch Mystery Crochet Along. All right, the jasmine stitch is a little bit of a yarn eater, but we won't make a gigantic piece, so it won't take too long to crochet it. So let's get started. Okay, we're going to crochet this piece right here twice. So this is the jasmine stitch, but yes, it looks like it's going to use a lot of yarn. It does, but it's okay. You have plenty of yarn, and it's a small piece, as you can tell, so it's doable. Now, I do want to point out that we're first going to have to make a foundation right here. So it's kind of like a long chain of puffs. So we're going to first make a bunch of puffs that are all kind of connected with each other, and then starting row 2 is where we actually going to start with the jasmine stitch. Then we're going to repeat row 2 a few times until we get to this point right here where we're done doing a small little decrease, and I'll show you how to do the decrease so that it's a little bit more rounded. So we're going to need that piece to be rounded, so you're going to make this piece first where it's no increase or decreases, and then a little decrease. So let's start first with that foundation puff row, and you're going to need 10 puffs right here. So if you count over here, it's going to be 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, and then the 10th one is kind of like on the side because it's part of row 2. So it's 9 plus 1 puffs in a row. So let's do that together. I'm going to make a small swatch here so that way you can see how to do this. So I'm going to just make 3 puffs plus 1 so you can see exactly how to crochet the jasmine stitch. So we're going to start with a chain of 2. You're going to place everything into the very first chain mate. So yarn over, insert into the very first chain, pull up a loop, yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, insert, pull up a loop. So here's where it's going to differ a little bit from the other puff stitches. Okay, so yes, you still have 7 loops on your hook, but here's what you're going to do differently. You're going to hold tight on your yarn right here. So you can hold it like this, you can wrap it around your finger however you like. First, I usually just hold it like this. Once we get to the actual jasmine stitch, I'll have a little trick for you there, right there. So hold tight on it, and now you're going to yarn over and pull through all. Okay, so wiggle through until you're through, And now you need to insert into the yarn that you just held on to, which was the one that you pulled through. So if I pull here, it's going to disappear, right? So make sure you insert your hook first. Then you can kind of wiggle it around until it's tight enough. And then yarn over, pull through, and then make a chain of 1. So you're now going to create your next puff into this space right here that was created with that loop that we made with the slip stitch. So right in here is where you're going to insert your hook now in order to create the next puff. So it's not this chain, but it's this one right here. So let me show you. So you're going to make your yarn over and go into that space right here, yarn over, pull through, and let's do that again. Yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop. Okay, until you have 7 on your hook. You're now going to hold tight on this yarn here, meaning the running yarn, yarn over and pull it through. And now you have that loop that you held on to. Go insert your hook into it. You can wiggle it a little bit until it's kind of tight. You don't want it to be super loose, but you also don't want it to be extremely tight. So kind of decent, right? Yarn over, pull through all, and then chain 1. So when I said all, that's now the area where you're going back into it. Okay, so let's do this again. Yarn over, insert into that space right here, pull up a loop, yarn over, insert into a space, pull up a loop, yarn over, insert into a space, pull up a loop. So until you have 7 on your hook, hold tight on your yarn and pull it through all 7, and then insert your hook into the loop that you held on to, wiggle a little bit until it's kind of close, and then pull through, chain 1. Okay, I'm going to do one more, but that is already going to be row 2. Okay, so pretend that this is now 9. I have 3 over here. Okay, so pretend this is 9, and we're going to add one more, which is part of row 2 already. So that's kind of our edge puff. We're going to need that in order to get started with the jasmine stitch. So by the way, I'm not down here with my loop, right? I'm up here. So keep that in mind, that it's always, the puff stitches are roughly the height of a double crochet stitch. So don't be down here and then inserting after you yarn over. You need to be up here. Okay, so yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, insert, pull up a loop. You do this again, hold tight on your yarn, pull through, insert into the yarn that you held on to, wiggle a little bit until it's the same height that you need there, yarn over, pull through, and chain 1. So this is kind of our very first stitch now for row 2. We are now going to insert our hook into 3 spaces and make a puff each time. So you're going to go into here again, and into here again. Okay, so 3 times. It's always 3 times. And then you're going to pull through all. You're going to have 19 loops on your hook. Yeah, that's a lot. You've got this. And then you yarn over, pull through all. So which means in the beginning, you're going to have 1 loop already on your hook, right? So that's 1. Then you add 6 more here, 6 more here, 6 more here. That's 18 plus 1, it's 19. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. So you're going to make your puff into the very first area right here that I just mentioned. So here's 1 puff. So we have 7 on your hook. You're going to go now down here in that same space again and do it again. So yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, insert, pull up a loop, insert, pull up a loop. So that was 3 times inserted. Let's do that one more time over here. So yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, insert, pull up a loop. So now you have that entire mess there on your hook. So you need to go through all now. So that can be challenging a little bit. So here's what I like to do to make this a little easier, because holding tight on the yarn while you're pulling through all of that can be challenging. You might lose your yarn. Okay, so what I like to do is I'm going to use my middle finger to hold tight on my yarn. So this is my little loop right there, right? The same that I was holding tight onto with my thumb. But here I'm going to use my thumb to guide myself through it. So again, I'm using my middle finger to hold tight on my yarn. Now I'm going to go over here, not here. You're going to lose it then, right? Go over here and pull through all. Okay, do you see how I'm using my thumb here to focus on getting through all of these? Now I'm going to let go over here, and this is now my loop that I'm going to need. Okay, so what I'm now going to do is I'm inserted onto my hook. Now you can wiggle it around until it's small enough. So what I usually do is just pull my yarn here, because that is the running yarn. And now it looks like this. Yarn over, pull through all, which is 2 loops right there, and chain 1. So it looks like this. So now we have our very first one done. Now it's not 100% done until you do the next row, because then it looks more clean. So we have 3 over here. We're going to do this again over here, okay? So you're going to insert in here, here, and here, and make a puff each time. So you're going to yarn over, insert it here, pull up a loop, yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, insert, pull up a loop. Now you have 7 here. Let's go to the next one. Let's repeat that. And you go to the following one. So again, once you have your 19 loops on your hook, you're going to use your middle finger to hold the yarn down. Grab your yarn with the hook from here and pull all the way through. Then use that loop right here, wiggle it around or pull a little bit, and yarn over, pull through, chain 1. So you're going to repeat this until you get to this point where you only have kind of 1 left down here. So in this case, you're just going to finish it exactly the same way. You're going to go into here, here, and here, and then we're going to turn. So let's do this. So make a puff here, then you're going to make a puff down here, and right here at the very end, you're going to make another puff. Then again, hold tight with your middle finger, whatever finger you want to use. Yarn over and pull through all. Adjust, pull this, yarn over, pull through, then chain 1 and turn. So now you're going to go into the next row. So again, you're going to start with an edge puff. So there's just going to be 1 right here. So you pull up, yarn over, and insert into that same spot again that you had just finished. So that little hole right there, okay? Insert, pull up a loop, insert, pull up a loop. Don't forget to yarn over in between until you have 7 on your hook. Then hold tight on your yarn or use your middle finger, yarn over, pull through. Then go into that loop that you held onto, pull, and yarn over and pull through, and then chain 1. And now you're going to repeat what we've done before. Okay, let me show you how to count your rows for your jasmine stitch, okay? Because you need to do 5 rows and then we're going to start doing decreases. So look at these little dots or centers of the star or flower, however you want to call it. And think of that as a line, okay? And that line is the separation between row 1 and row 2 in this case, okay? So let's count together. This is row 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so you do 5 rows of the jasmine stitch, and then we're going to start doing decreases. So let me show you how to do the decrease. So what we're going to do is instead of just having 1 puff here on the edge, you're going to do 2 as a little, think of it like a, tent. That's going to be our decrease. So you'll see how it looks more like a decrease once we get along. So we're going to do 1 puff here at the beginning, as we normally would. Then you're going to do 1 more over here. Now you're going to yarn over and pull through after you held tight on your yarn. Insert into that loop, pull, and then yarn over, pull through, and chain of 1. So that is now your decrease, because as you can tell, we didn't make a full 3 over here after the very first one. We made 1 and then 1 over here. So that's our decrease. So we made 1. You're now going to do as normal your jasmine stitch. Okay, so insert here, here, and here, make your 3 puffs and then repeat. And at the very end, I'm going to show you how to do it with 4 in order to make a decrease at the very end. So let me do this part off camera until I get over here, and then I'll show you the very last part. All right, when you're at this stage where you're going to see 1, 2, 3, 4, that is when you're going to do the decrease. So which means you're now going to do 4 puffs. So let me point out it again. You have here 1 dot, 2, 3, and then the edge here would be 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. When you see 4, that's when you're going to do the decrease on this edge. So let's do that together, okay? So you're going to do 1 puff here, 1 puff down here, 1 puff here, and then 1 puff back here. So it's going to look like this, okay? So you have 7, 6, 6, and 6. So again, hold tight on your yarn. So I like to just push it down, then yarn over, pull through all, then insert your hook into the yarn that you push down, then pull, yarn over, pull through all, which is 2 loops right there, and chain of 1. So now you made your decrease on either side. We're now going to turn and do this one more time, okay? So we're going to do one more row of decreases the exact same way. So we're going to start with 2 puffs here. So 1 puff here, and then another one over here. And you're going to put them together like so. That's your very first decrease on this side. You're now going to do the jasmine stitch as normal until you have 4 left. So keep in mind that the last one over here is this one, okay? So you're going to count, so 1, 2, 3, and then there's a 4th, right? So once we get to that point, I'm going to show you that very last decrease over here. So I'm just going to do the jasmine stitch as normal until I have 4 little dots left in order to do the decrease at the very last corner. We now have 4 left, so let's look closely. So here's where we're doing a decrease right here. Okay, so this is our edge one right here. So just look wherever the curve is starting, that's our very first one or last one, however you want to count it, right? So it would be here is 1, 2, 3, 4. So when you have 4 left, so 4 little holes that you're going into, that's when you're going to do the 4 puffs together as a decrease. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the 4th one is where the curve starts, right? Where the first curve is. Because over here is still straight. This is where our curve is. You can actually tell because this is 5 of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 puffs, right? So and then we did the decrease. This is 5 rows, and then here's the decrease. So let's do this. We're going to do 4 together, okay? So here's 1 puff, here's the next puff, here's the 3rd puff, and then here's the last one. All right, you're going to have 4 on your hook, hold tight on them, then put the yarn down on your ring finger, yarn over, pull through all, insert into the loop that you pull down, pull, yarn over, pull through all, which is 2 of them right here, and chain 1. And you now finished it. So this is how it's going to look like. So obviously you're going to make a second one, so that way you have 2 of the same. And then you're done with part 2 of the multi-stitch mystery crochet along. Make sure you use the hashtag down here, and that way you can post into the Facebook group right here. Add something to the text, add your picture into it. Don't forget that hashtag, of course, so that way I can find you and celebrate you. And that way you are ready for part 3 in a couple of days. Remember, we have a party at the very end. On Saturday, there's a huge party, which is January 18th at 12 o'clock Pacific time. I hope you're going to be there. But first, we got to finish it. So be sure to be back for part 3 because you're going to learn a new stitch and then put the entire thing together. Any ideas yet what we're making? Leave us a comment down below. We would love to know. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up, share it with your crochet besties, hit the subscribe button, turn on the bell to get a notification next time I publish a new video or go live. I hope to see you in the next video, which is part 2. Until then, bye!